Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dave. I'm your host for today. It is approximately 3 p.m. Monday, the 5th of January, 2020, the year of double vision. What I'm going to be bringing to you in the news is exciting stories or not so exciting stories going on around the world, in this country and all around the world. So most of my stuff comes from Facebook, Twitter, The Real News. The Real News is certainly not mainstream anymore. And I am blessed for people that have turned away from mainstream bias and seeking their truth and their knowledge from alternative means. And Twitter, Facebook, and all these platforms are pretty much amazing. And we're seeing the youth, the younger generations coming in now. They're certainly not tuning into mainstream media, and that is beautiful, because the mainstream media, the newspapers, the moguls have had their grip on us for a long time. We're going to be talking about the mainstream outlook on France. France, biggest general strikes in decades. We have France paralysed by the largest general strike for decades. A general strike began in France today against President Emmanuel Macron's sweeping pension reforms. The strike has been called by unions representing railways and transport workers, hospital workers, teachers, firefighters and students. The biggest of its kind in decades. The strike, currently paralysing France, is expected to continue through the week. The general strikes begin today in France, may turn into one of the most important strikes in a decade. This morning, workers all over the country left their workplaces and gathered to protest against President Macron's latest attack on the working class. France will be the first country in Europe to take out its illustrious leaders. I do feel that France, the people of France, are now coming together in their millions to sort this mess out. Hi, Rebecca. Rebecca's tuned in this afternoon. It's going to take me a while to build up this YouTube platform. I've been on Facebook for many years, but I'm now moving away from Facebook and coming into trying to build up my YouTube channel, which is fantastic. But it's going to take a while, and that doesn't bother me in the slightest. Feel free to put your comments in the comment box and like and subscribe to this channel. Hundreds of thousands of people across France, including workers in over 30 unions, young people, students, activists, and many yellow vests. Now, let me tell you something about the yellow vest people. The mainstream, lamestream media would have you believe that the yellow vest group in France is coming together because of President Macron's pensions reforms, etc., etc. Well, I can tell you categorically that that is not the case, and that the yellow vest movement in France has basically had enough of a totalitarian dictatorship. That's what the yellow vest movement is all about. They are fed up with the central Marxist group of people running Europe from the Verhofstadt nerve center of Brussels. They are fed up as much as everybody else is fed up around this world and around this country. None more so than the gorgeous British people have had enough of the European Union. Now, I'm going to make some comparisons here, and I want you to think about this. I see the European flag as nothing any different than the swastika. That's how I see it. I really do. It's disgusting. We've seen in the last few days, President Trump has struck out against an individual in Iran, and the Iranians have lifted their red war flag on top of one of their mosques. Whether that's going to be anything major, I'm not too sure. I'm just trying to find the thing that Ricky Gervais did last night whilst he was giving his address, while they was all picking up their BAFTA awards and stuff like that. He was absolutely fantastic. Happy New Year to everyone that's tuning in for the first time. We're on January the 5th. I hope that 2020 brings you much greatness, and my heart goes out to the people of Australia. There are people suggesting that I'm going to give you a little tip from Ricky Gervais. Just check this out.
7th Annual Golden Globe Awards, live from the Beverly Hilton Hotel here in Los Angeles. I'm Ricky Gervais. Thank you. You'll be pleased to know this is the last time I'm hosting these awards, so I don't care anymore. I'm joking. I never did. NBC clearly don't care either. 5th time. So, I mean, Kevin Hart was fired from the Oscars because of some offensive tweets. Hello? Lucky for me, the Hollywood Foreign Press can barely speak English, and they've no idea what Twitter is. So I got offered this gig by fax. So let's go out with a bang. Let's have a laugh at your expense, shall we? Remember, they're just jokes. We're all going to die soon, and there's no sequel. So, yeah, remember that. But you all look lovely, all dolled up. You came here in your limos. I came here in a limo tonight, and the license plate was made by Felicity Huffman. So, no, shush. It's her daughter I feel sorry for, okay? That must be the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to her. And her dad was in Wild Hogs. So, lots of big celebrities
Feel
here
free to comment, people.
Legends, icons, yeah? Look, at this table alone, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. Baby Yoda. Oh, that's Joe Pesci, sorry. I love you, man. Don't have me whacked. But tonight isn't just about the people in front of the camera. In this room are some of the most important TV and film executives in the world. People from every background, but they all have one thing in common. They're all terrified of Ronan Farrow. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. Look, talking of all you perverts, it was a big year. It was a big year for paedophile movies. Surviving R. Kelly, Leaving Neverland, Two Popes. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care.
The looks he's getting.
Many talented people of colour were snubbed in major categories. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. The Hollywood Foreign Press are all very racist. So, 5th time.
Truth. We
were going to do an in memoriam this year, but when I saw the list of people that had died, it wasn't diverse enough. It was mostly white people. And I thought, nah, not on my watch. Maybe next year. Let's see what happens. No one cares about movies anymore. No one goes to the cinema. No one really watches network TV. Everyone's watching Netflix. This show should just be me coming out going, well done, Netflix, you win everything. Good night. But no, we got to drag it out for 3 hours. You could binge watch the entire first season of Afterlife instead of watching this show. That's a show about a man who wants to kill himself because his wife dies of cancer. And it's still more fun than this, okay? Season 2 is on the way, so in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself. Just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up! I know he's your friend, but I don't care. You had to make your own way here in your own plane, didn't you? Right, but seriously, most films are awful, lazy, remakes, sequels. I've heard a rumour that there might be a sequel to Sophie's Choice. I mean, that'd just be Meryl Streep going, well, it's got to be this one then. All the best actors have jumped to Netflix and HBO, you know, and the actors who just do Hollywood movies now do fantasy adventure nonsense. They wear masks and capes and really tight costumes. Their job isn't acting anymore. It's going to the gym twice a day and taking steroids, really. Have we got an award for most ripped junkie? No point. We know he'd win that. Martin Scorsese, the greatest living director,
brilliant.
made the news for his controversial comments about the Marvel franchise. He said they're not real cinema and they remind him of theme parks. I agree. Although I don't know what he's doing hanging around theme parks. He's not big enough to go on the rides, is he? Tiny. Right. The Irishman was amazing. It was amazing. Look,
I think Ricky Gervais could be wakey, you know? Who knows? I don't know.
But amazing. It wasn't the only epic movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, nearly 3 hours long. Leonardo DiCaprio attended the premiere, and by the end, his date was too old for him.
You can see him. They're wanting to kill him. They're all looking at him going, "Oh, I'm going to kill you."
You know,
funny.
You're nearly 50, son. The world got to see James Corden as a fat pussy. He was also in the movie Cats, but no one saw that. And the reviews, oh, shocking. I saw one that said, this is the worst thing to happen to cats since dogs, right? But Dame Judi Dench defended the film, saying it was the role she was born to play, because I can't do this next joke. She loves nothing better than plonking herself down on the carpet, lifting her leg and licking her.
Verbal.
She's old school. It's the last time, who cares?
It's the last time, okay, could be.
Oh. Apple roared into the TV game with a morning show, a superb drama, yeah. A superb drama about the importance of dignity and doing the right thing, made by a company that runs sweatshops in China. So, well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God. And so,
things are warming up, people.
It's already 3 hours long. Right, let's do the first award. The first award.
That is, I mean, there was some big messages there. Ricky Gervais was throwing into the Hollywood elite, and their faces looking at him, like telling that story. They're losing control, people. Trust me. Jordan Sather, someone on Twitter, said, watching Gervais last night really makes you wonder what's allowed to happen. What he said, the camera work, did any producers know he was going to drop these bombs? What was the leverage behind the scenes to make that happen? The NBC Universal CEO did resign 3 weeks ago. So you have to wonder. You have to wonder what's going on in the Hollywood elite. Tom Hanks himself is under. I have it on good authority that he's under house arrest for these paedophiling activities, which is very naughty. It's very disgusting. Authorities in Australia have arrested close to 200 people for deliberately starting the bushfires that have devastated the country. Yet the media and celebrities continue to blame climate change for the disaster. Unbelievable. So my new channel is this, people. We're coming over to this YouTube platform now, and it feels a bit weird to start. I'm used to Facebook, but we'll get there. We will get there. A story that really rocked me just before Christmas was that a homeless man in my country, England, was set upon and he had 2 arms and 2 legs cut off, and that for me is we're just over the top with it. We're just over the top. We can't. What have we become? You know, when we're involved in that kind of an environment where that's happening, it's disgusting. So, you know, make of it what you will. There's a lot of changes. Absolutely, a lot of changes coming to everybody. I think that we're in 2020 is the time of illusion, and it's going to be proper vision. People are going to start seeing, you know, real things happen this year. My heart goes out to Australia. My brother lives in Australia. It's disgusting what goes on. Here's a poignant one. There's a lad with a paratrooper's cap on, crying his eyes out. He's obviously just burying one of his comrades, and it says, all of those who want war, how would you feel if it was you being killed? To me, I've got no time for a country that is involved in all these wars, but yet the so-called cowardice leaders will not stand up and lead the battle. That's not right. If they want to go to war, that's my motto is, well, you know, I'll pop in behind you, Tony Blair, the man that never found any weapons of mass destruction. So, peeps, this is just a little 15, 20-minute podcast on YouTube. I hope the channel continues to grow. This, I think, is far better for me than Facebook and alike, because I'm not seeing all the bad stuff that goes on that website. Truth about LEDs, 5G. I'm not sure whether you're aware of what 5G is, but 5G is coming to all the towns and cities and local areas to where you live. And people, you need to take this serious, because 5G is very, 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 very dangerous. So, peeps, thanks for tuning in this afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your days, and please share, and let's grow this channel together. Your comments and your support is very much welcome. Take care.